Edward, Michael, Joseph, William, Bartholomew, Arancha, Sanchez, Vicario, Conchita, Martinez, Hernandez, Fernandez. We are live at the home of Long Drive in Mesquite, Nevada for the 2022 PLDA World Championships. 128 men have entered battle. 32 men have survived.
Are 32 left.
And you are very, very old.
Yes, I am.
Eddie Fernandez just put on a clinic about an hour ago. Ended up winning every single set in the senior division.
Yep.
Highest ball speed, 219. So Eddie's looking good. And Bobby Bradley, a.k.a. at Long Dot Drivers. Kyle Berkshire, featured man here. T-Box number one will be in slot number one. Kyle yesterday hit a grand total of 27 total balls.
Total. Practice and competition.
He hit 9 balls on the range. Okay. All right, so Ryan Riesbeck, one of the owners, coming up and giving us some input here. But Kyle Berkshire, 9 practice swings on the range before he stepped up and when he won every set, and he hit a grand total of 18 balls, so 20 in competition, so 27 total. He's on a pitch count pretty much in his own mind, and I mean he's definitely, as far as minus the hand that he had surgery on 23 days ago, is definitely the freshest guy as far as legs, because he hasn't really exerted much energy. So let's just go through the entire bracket of hitters. Kyle Berkshire, Will Hogue, Scott Littlefield, Joey Belton, Brandon Flynn, Bobby Ray, Ryan Gregnall, Jacob Galladay, Zach Holton, Josh Koch, Sebastian Twaddell, Jeremy Nowak, Martin Borgmeyer, Sean Johnson, Scotty Pearman, and Ryan Steenberg.
Yeah, there's not much speed in that.
No, these guys are
16.
awful.
Yeah.
You know, the one that I'm really looking at is Bobby Ray. I don't know how he actually got into this, considering that I beat him by a yard and was 20 yards slower than him. So Bobby Ray, if your girl's tuning in.
Bobby Ray's girlfriend probably paying attention. Bobby
She's got a
Ray
hit on me.
He's 5'3", 127 pounds. We're just kidding.
All right, so
he's 6'4", 230 stud.
He's a stud. All right,
he is.
2 round robins right now. 16 hitters in round robin number 1. 8 guys are going to advance to the final 16. And same thing at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. The DeChambino features that group and Justin James, who hit great yesterday. So DeChambino, Justin James at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. They'll have 16 hitters, and they will consolidate down to 8. So we'll have 16 guys going into the finals tomorrow. And, you know, the way it's structured, this is the best structure for the fastest guys on the planet. You can make some mistakes along the way, but they're gonna the longest and the strongest are and the fastest are gonna be there late in the tournament. So who do you have winning this?
Well, can I make a prediction here?
Yeah.
It's blowing down probably 18, 15 miles an hour straight downwind. We're gonna see some 440, 450 balls if it continues like this. Here now, look at this group: Kyle and Will. I mean, so much experience, right? And then you got two newer guys, Scott Littlefield and Joey Belton. So it's you know, they probably have some little jitters against these boys, but we'll see how they do.
Let's take a peek at Kyle. First swing out of the block, 76 feet in the air, 221.
221.
And like I said, he really truly is on a pitch count here where he doesn't want to take as many hits. So if he hits a solid ball, if he puts one out at like 430, I wouldn't be surprised if he shuts it down. He might have a different strategy the first 2 sets because you really want to get to 400 points.
Yeah, and that's what I did. That's exactly what I did last set. You know, you just want to get to 400. Third set, I kind of let it go. Fourth set, I really let it go. So, you know, if he hits a good one here.
There it is, a little cutty, 218.
Yeah.
This one's hugging down the left side at 101 feet. He's staring at it. That I think this one's going to be in play. There's not movement, 8 feet of movement on his ball, so he hit that dead straight. I'm going to say we're going to see balls in the 415, 420 range, and Kyle Berkshire might be done for the rest of this set.
He might be.
He's at 393. So
96 Littlefield, Belden 87, Hogue 85.
And once again, Kyle needs to maybe hit this one just a tad bit higher. So Scott Littlefield in the lead at 396, Joey Belton at 387, Will Hogue 385. I'm going to say 415 probably is going to take down the set. The wind laid down just a smidge.
Yeah, it's going a little more right now, too.
Yeah, so left to right. So slot number 1, slot number 2 are going to be a little bit more of an advantage.
Here's Kyle's 4th ball.
Kyle's at 408.
Yeah, that's kind of where we thought he'd be, right?
Yeah, I mean,
he's not really 225 there, but that was a little lefty.
I think that can be caught, though. But you know what? Looking at the wind, maybe 2 minutes ago, that's easy. Right now, the wind died down. Now it's starting to pick up again.
Yeah. 2 minutes ago, it was 440. You know, we thought 440. Now, you know, 408's a good ball. I mean, I think they could definitely, 420-ish.
So really critical couple sets for Kyle Berkshire. Once again, he broke his hand. Boney likes it, and that's the first time he showed some emotion.
He screamed at that
225, no movement on his golf ball. Didn't get the height on that, and it looks significantly higher from Top Tracer Technology. And this is a big ball here. The wind has shifted just slightly more downwind instead of left to right.
Yeah, wow. It's so funny when you're on the tee with Kyle and he screams at one. It's never good.
Yeah.
It's never good for the other hitters.
No,
right?
And
it's always like, oh man. Yeah, 408. Wow, I'm surprised that ball went. He hit it too low, Bobby.
Yeah.
101 feet, you said?
Well, no. That one was higher. He probably hit that in like the 60s, 70s. So
gotcha.
the times that you see a little bit higher on the Top Tracer Technology, it kind of goes out of the screen.
Gotcha.
I'm guessing it's going to be, higher than 150, 60 feet. So that last ball that Kyle hit was almost at 150 feet.
Yeah.
A lot, 50 feet higher than his.
Good step by Kyle. Look at that. 393, 408, 401, 406. And those were all 220-plus ball speed.
Yep.
So that's kind of where we're looking at for the high octane boys today.
Yeah, and I had a long conversation with Kyle last night driving from Mesquite back to Vegas, and just he feels so fresh. He really hasn't done much as far as swinging a golf club in a month. And he's worked out a lot. He's worked hard on his legs, worked on stretching and
for sure.
Eating clean, and really doesn't have that many swings on that body right now. So he's more focused on sequencing, and to get him to hear him yell at that last ball, knows that he's not worried about his hand.
Right.
So at first I got a little nervous, like,
Yeah.
did he just hurt his hand? But no, that was more of like, yes, I just hammered that golf ball. So huge win for Kyle Berkshire.
Yes.
He's got to get the 400 next set, and then it'd be interesting to see if he I'm not going to say he's going to lay off, but if he hits a good ball in play right away, if he shuts it down, because he did that yesterday where he's hitting 2, 3, 4 balls per set, and that was why he only hit 18 out of the 30 potential balls. So Kyle Berkshire takes down the set. Scott Littlefield second, Joey Belton, and then Will Hogue. All the guys, the shortest drive of that set was 385. So these guys are going to be putting up significantly bigger numbers than you've been watching for the group of 128 hitters and 64. This is a very, very strong group. And and they said, we'll key in on slot number 3. Greg Knoll got in yesterday in the last set. Greg Knoll being probably the second fastest guy on the planet who went 232 miles per hour not too long ago in practice last week in Canada on a TrackMan. Greg Knoll, I talked to him on the range earlier today.
Monster.
If he can just take the same mindset that he had in the second round robin in Utah, he's going to hit a lot of balls in play, and he's plenty fast enough. For me, I'd like to see him throttle down a little bit and try to just hit center of the club face and flight it well at like 216, 217, 218, and it's crazy to say to throttle back at that number, but he's a lot more efficient at those numbers when he's not trying to go full throttle.
Yeah.
So for me, I want to see Greg Knoll put more balls in play. Flynn starts off the set at 380. Brandon Flynn, the second ranked long driver on the planet right now. Bobby Ray in slot number 2, and then you got a really, really good ball striker in Jacob Galladay, who finished in the semifinal. Huge wind gust right now. This is the time to take advantage and hit as many balls as you possibly
and
can.
high as you can.
Hit it high. Hit it high, and like I'm surprised like Greg Knoll didn't really just hop back in that slot right away. He's really taking his time.
He's playing it pretty far back, Bobby. Look how far he's got that ball 6 inches back almost. Oh, he's stepping on it too.
Yeah, I really
I think he liked that one.
Right now, like you got to look at the wind and see this gust, big gust to wind. They got to go.
Yep.
They got to go.
They got to hurry up.
So you can see Greg Knoll.
Yep. Go ahead.
Greg Knoll sped up a little bit here. He knows that this is the time to go big here. This could be a 425, 430 ball potentially. Huge gust of wind.
Oh,
Brandon Friend likes
Brandon
it.
just absolutely. 2 of my favorite swings in long drive here.
Let's look at the numbers. He's hit 3 balls, 380, 383, and 390.
And
big
he just
gust of
yelled
wind.
at that one.
And
so
this is a 20,
should be 4 bills.
25-yard wind.
Oof.
Easily.
2 of my favorite swings in long drive right here. Jacob and Brandon. Just really good, really efficient, and fast.
418.
Yeah,
Brandon Flynn.
Great ball. Awesome ball.
It wasn't a 20-mile-per-hour wind. It was a 30-mile-per-hour wind.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Greg Knoll still working on a number.
Oh, Jacob. Did he get a ball in?
I think Galladay got his fifth ball in.
Yeah, it looked like he got his fifth ball in. These are tougher, dude. If you go, you have to get a number, right? Especially top 32. You can't afford to hit any OB. You know, you have to get some type of number. 25 points, like I said yesterday, it could mean the difference.
I really like the way Galladay flighted his fifth ball. It still hasn't come up yet. 206, about 90 to 100 feet in the air. Went a little right to left on this grid, which has been
90-ish. Could be 90, 95, maybe 400. Bobby Ray 390. See if Jacob and Bobby Ray are pretty similar in ball speed.
I'll just say that more than likely Galladay, his golf ball looks similar to Brandon Flynn. So slot number 1 and slot number 4, the golf ball they're both white golf balls, but there is a thin green line on slot number 4. So there was some confusion a couple times. Calling balls. So that's probably what's taken so long for them to call Galladay's fifth shot. It's just to confirm that it's got the green line. So he's got his hands up. It was definitely the fifth ball in play for Galladay. I highly doubt that he went OB there.
Wow, he did?
Wow.
Okay. First set. All right, Brandon Flynn's going to take down that set, 418 for 200 points. Bobby Ray finishes second, 390. Good starts for those two guys. 418. Great job,
What was your longest
Brandon.
ball today?
414. My longest 414, 219 ball speed. So if it was blowing like this, it probably would have been 430-ish, I'm guessing. It might have been blowing 6-7 miles an hour. But yeah, that ball was hammered. It was probably 150, 160 feet in the air as well, Bobby, you know.
They mowed the grass. They did. They mowed the grass.
Oh, nice.
And they mowed the grass. I don't know if it was last night or today.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll get some bigger numbers once this heats up.
It's so awesome, isn't it? You just look at the mesa and you know, you can see your golf balls up against the mountain, and just it's such a great. If you guys ever get a chance to come out here for this and watch the best in the world, it's just so awesome.
So Greg Null and Galladay went OB that last set. You know, those are, like I said, with these type of hitters that are so eerily similar in ball speed, every point matters. Every point matters.
Absolutely.
Getting a point on the board is critical.
Let's get some ball speed numbers from Seb Twaddell. Let's see where he's at.
We're going to key in on slot number 3, the Australian, Seb.
21 years old, absolute unit.
Yeah, he's a big dude, and we talked about it before. He's fresh, like you said, a little wet behind the ear, so it's curious to see how he handles this type of pressure. Being in the top 32, he's plenty fast enough to get there late in the day.
Absolutely.
And I feel like him and Sam are somewhat similar hitters. Sam Judah,
for sure.
But Sam has figured it out. I know that you mentioned he's using the TPT shaft now.
TPT shaft. He's using the 17, the 16, and the 17 high, I believe, and he loves it. Look, Zach Holton, 418.
And slot number 1.
First 3 balls, Bobby, 89, 98, and 418. That's what you call building on it, right? That's awesome.
Zach Holton, final 8 last year, the World Championships.
Great hitter.
Really, really good hitter.
Yep.
Jeremy Nowak, former professional baseball player with the Baltimore Orioles, and their organization has perfected his own Nowak step.
Yeah.
He likes
good
it.
Ball.
Look at his numbers here.
Easy
Let's see how much movement he has left to right. 208, not much movement left to right, which is good for him. Said 59 feet. So we kind of figured out the top tracer yesterday.
Yeah.
If you see a number pop up right away that says like 50, 60, 70 and it doesn't move, it's just a pull. A pull, like pretty much. So he didn't have really any movement whatsoever in that golf ball.
Yeah. Josh Kosh's 6th ball. He's at 395. Josh looks like he's just kind of cruising, you know. Wow. Is Zach going to get all 6 in? Is he going to get his first 6 balls in? I think he is. He kind of put his finger up like,
Sebastian Twaddell on his last ball hit an absolute laser down the left side of the grid. Don't know if that one stayed in or not, but that was an absolute perfect ball flight.
Yeah.
But he hit a pull. He pulled it just a little bit too much.
I wonder if Josh, his last ball is in or not. But Zach Holton, 5 out of 6, 418. That's really, really good.
Wondering what Nowak got that he yelled at on 388. And he did. Nowak hit a little bit of a cut, and that's actually a good ball flight for this type of wind currently. He might have pulled it just a slight bit where it fought the wind for a millisecond, then rode it out. So Still waiting on Nowak's 5th ball. Still no underline from Josh Koch. So if there's an underline under the players' names, that means they are confirmed at that number. So right now, Josh Koch and Jeremy Nowak do not have an underline under their number. And these are estimates.
Yes. Once that underline goes on there, that is it. It is confirmed. Nowak, I'm curious to see that 5th ball because he yelled at it. What was it, 60 feet in the air, 59 feet, you said?
No, he hit higher than that.
Oh, he did?
No, I was talking about movement.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
It started out on the top tracer at like
Right.
60,
Yeah.
and then it moved to like 58. So there was like really no movement in the golf ball.
66.
He spun it. I think I really do. That's the problem sometimes.
Yeah.
Is that when you hit it in the center of the face and you feel like you hit it good, you might have spun it a little bit too much.
Right. That's why I like to hit a little higher in the center, just a smidge high on the face.
We used to do that with like Lance's driver back in the day. Like you'd get the crank rage head and you try to just miss just a little high toe.
High toe.
And then you would hear like
float. That thing will
gone.
float forever.
And when you hear like a thud, not like a ping, you're like, that one's gone. That ball's gone.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. All right. The Germinator, Martin Borgmeyer, one of the most colorful guys in long drive. Great hitter. He's he's hit the gym a couple times, huh, Bobby?
And Martin's hilarious. He's a character, and I said our favorite Martin Borgmeyer is the one that's right now getting the crowd fired up.
Absolutely.
The first
Sean
two balls,
Johnson.
First 2 balls from Martin Borgmeyer are critical. He needs to put balls in play because
Sean, first ball right down the pipe.
There it is.
Oh, Martin.
We're looking for Martin Borgmeyer's first ball to be in play.
What was his ball speed there? What was Martin?
218.
218.
High draw.
Sean Johnson, 217.
No movement much on Martin Borgmeyer's. It said about 58 feet of movement.
Yeah, it's blowing maybe 10, 11 downwind. Those should be in the 4s somewhere. Well, 92, Martin's ball came back at. 392.
So Martin hit a draw into a little bit of a cut wind. Now the wind just pushed straight downwind. So the wind is not the same. It changes every 15, 20, 30 seconds.
It's wild, isn't it? It's so amazing up here. It can go one way 1 second and the opposite way the next. It's crazy. Sean's went 386. Those are good numbers, though. You got to hit the right ball at the right time. Mr. Steenberg, 76. He's a tank. I would not want to get tackled by that guy when he played football.
Absolutely not. Could be a fullback in the NFL.
Scotty Pierman. I was talking to him yesterday. Hit that last set with him, Bryson, Justin. Who else was in that fourth?
Brandon Flynn.
Oh, Brandon Flynn. Yeah, how could I forget?
Big gust of wind. You got to go.
Oh, man.
You got to go. So now Martin Borgmeyer, I want to see right now if he lets it go. I want to see him let it go here. He's got a ball in play. He's in second place currently. This is a 20, 30 mile per hour wind that Brandon Flynn 100% took advantage of.
Yep.
And right now Martin's hitting a high draw. This one.
Oh, Scotty's screaming at it. Martin got a little short on that swing too, Bobby. He's got to let it go. He's got to reach back and let it go. Steenberg is third now, just out.
So what's happening right now, these guys are trying to hit it higher, and the top tracer technology, I think it goes to probably right around 160 feet. So these guys are hitting it above like the height. Right. So Martin Borgmeyer is hitting it significantly higher. Scotty Pierman, who is a prototypical high ball hitter,
absolutely,
is phenomenal in these types of conditions. Yes. The kid's a 2-time amateur world champion who is really, really tough. The 2021 PLDA Player of the Year, and but we said it again. It's a 20, 30 mile per hour gust of wind, and Scotty Pierman took full advantage of it.
Absolutely. You got to hit at the right time.
Oh, sorry, I can hear myself on YouTube. All right, so right now Scotty Pierman, 399. Punches one with a gust of wind and goes 425, so 26-yard difference.
Right.
And he was still in the lead at that particular time with that gust of wind. And even Steenberg improved by 17 yards.
93. So Steenberg sneaks into, if that's confirmed, he sneaks into second. So Martin and Sean Johnson hit their first balls on the button, it seemed like, because they both yelled at him, and it wasn't blowing. Another minute and a half later, it's blowing, and Scotty goes 425.
So people that are watching this, there is a premium to hit a lot of golf balls in play. It really truly is, because in Mesquite, the wind is right now, it is blowing hard. We're seeing the dust just fly all over the place. Thank God we're blocked right now, because we would be inhaling dust.
All right, Scotty Pierman is confirmed at 425. Just waiting on the others. Sean Johnson, I don't know what's his 5th or 6th ball.
Not sure, but yeah, right now it looks. I've been sitting in the booth. Granted, I've hit a couple times as well. I tried to compete this year. This year, I made the final 64,
Hey,
and I'll brag.
hey,
I hit 24 out of 30 in play.
15th World Championship,
Yeah.
Bobby. That's impressive. That's impressive in itself.
Well, what we are seeing is that with the Top Tracer technology, once it gets above like almost the screen, which is I'm going to guess right around 160 feet. I haven't seen anybody hit it over 160, so it's probably not going to pick up the height. So anything below 160 we're getting. So when you're not seeing that number pop up, those are the type of ball flights that I'm accustomed to seeing these guys hit. And I mean, these guys know how to hit it really, really high.
Yeah.
You know, Brandon Flynn can hit it high. I mean, Brandon, Colton Casto, Kyle. Reed Russell.
Yeah.
Scotty Perriman can hit it to the moon. So can Josh Koch. So if you don't see the height on these golf balls is because it's going above the actual screen of the Top Tracer. But like I said, tip of the cap for Top Tracer. This has been so much fun sitting in the booth and being able to see all this statistic. It makes our job so easy, which I don't even know if this is a job for us. But
no, this is fun. The cool thing is we both competed, right?
Yep.
I hit today, you hit the other day, you hit yesterday. But it's cool to it's cool to be on this side because we know what they're feeling. We know exactly what they're trying to do. What the wind is doing, and we can kind of see what's going on here. We can see how they're approaching it, but you're right, Bobby. You gotta take it full advantage because that wind can blow another 10 or 15 down in another 10 seconds. So
and. Like I said, I didn't know what these guys are feeling because I knew that I wasn't fast enough to do anything yesterday. Someone's like, what do you think your odds of going into the round of 32? And it was Chase. And I'm like, from AKA Collective, I'm like 1, if not less than that, 1%. But I still, even though I knew that I more than likely didn't have a chance to advance, after every single shot, I had a routine where I'd look back at the flag, and then, and
Absolutely.
if I saw like a little gust or felt something,
I'd
speed up.
Mike Dobbin and I were talking today, the flag on the mesa up there, the American flag.
Yep.
And then kind of look down here, kind of get a sense of what type of shot I wanted to hit.
Right now, down the grid, it's left to right.
Yes.
At the tee box, it's more. I mean, we're talking straight left to right down the grid.
It's almost straight down, little left to right. It seems like it's more left to right down grid, maybe 200-300 yards.
Slot
plus.
1, slot 2 is going to be a big advantage right now. And I'm looking at the top of the mesa. It is going left to right. So this sets up perfectly for Josh Koch and Brandon Flynn.
Yeah.
Brandon
he
Flynn
makes such a good move at it.
Scott
love
Littlefield.
his move. Really, really good.
Littlefield currently at 397.
Yep. It's
in
good
the
ball. Littlefield is sneaky. Man, he's a good hitter.
Yep. He lets his hand set at the top and just rips.
Yep. Lets him float and lets it go. That's what you got to do, man. There's no holding back now. There's no easy sets when you get to the 32 in the world, best in the world. So Steenberg 74 so far. Brandon is in second, 95. All right, Josh Koch. He's in that. That is the speed slot right there, especially with the wind right here going left to right mostly. He's got to start it down. It's gonna if it stays like this, Bobby, it'll be tough to catch that 97 ball. It's gonna have to blow a little bit downwind.
The one guy that has a chance to do it is a guy that hits a high cut, and Josh Koch is in slot number 1 that can hit a high cut.
Right.
So you can practically aim out left, right down the left line. You got 60 yards to miss right.
His 496 ball was just a baby cut in Denver. Oh my God, it was filthy.
So,
absolutely filthy.
Koch has the 2 longest balls this year in Denver. He went 490 multiple times.
Does he like it?
Let me see Koch's numbers. 208 ball speed, so that was probably a little Healy. So, yeah, you got Scott Littlefield yelling at the ball, and that's
he's in the lead.
He's
in the lead, 397. If he can improve that to 4 something, he's going to take down the set.
And he was telling the ball to stay in on his last ball, and you don't want to be in slot number 4 with a left or right wind.
Right. Well,
it's the worst feeling in the world.
Well, I'll tell you what, right. But if he goes on and win that's a huge win for him.
Because
that slot's tough. Left to right wind.
Yelled at it, too. He kept it in play, but it's a huge disadvantage in slot number 4 right now.
But, look at that.
So people that are tuning in for the first time, when we talk about slots, there's 4 of them. From the left, it's slot 1, 2, 3, and 4. Slot 1 being the far left slot. Everybody that hits in this round robin is going to hit in every single slot. So they're not going to just be stuck in the far right, or far left or middle. So they're going to hit in all 4 slots and then randomly selected based off their seating. Well, they'll hit the last But for me, over the years, slot number 1 has been the one that you want to be in, because most of the guys hit cuts. But
Yes.
over the last couple of years, I've seen more guys turn it over. But the prototypical long drive is just a little left to right. Scotty Perriman looking good here. And like I said, if we're getting deep in the tournament and we're being critical, you got Scotty Perriman that hits a high draw, and he's going to be hitting into a cut wind. So if he goes up against a guy that is very similar in ball speed and that hits a left or right, he's at a disadvantage. But Scotty Perriman's a gamer that has, multiple wins. He knows how to win, and he hits the ball a long way.
Tough hitter. He always takes off his hat, says a little prayer.
Yeah.
And everybody's got their own little routine, right?
Yeah.
And whatever you do that makes you comfortable and it's going to help you perform your best. I think that's awesome. Everybody does a little something different.
Yep. And that's the thing that Martin Borgmeyer needs to look at as well is this win, because I'm looking at him and he's at 50 points right now. Granted, he's only hit once.
Yeah.
He hits a nice high draw, but with this win right now that is now ripping hard left to right, that is going to be a huge disadvantage if with a little with a draw.
Yeah.
So, and say for me, for Kyle, like this sets up perfect for him.
Yeah.
Really does. So Kyle Berkshire, once again, 23 days after surgery, competing, broke the hamate bone. We were there when he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a little punch wedge.
Yeah, crazy.
That was unbelievable. And the fact that he hit like 2 days later with a broken hand was like, dude.
Gamer, dude. He's a
tough.
gamer, But then again, that goes back to the competitor in you, right? If Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant was hurt, but they could still play, they would play.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You don't make any excuses. If you can swing the golf club, then you go. I have a lot of friends that way that will do whatever they have to do to get ready to play, and if they win, lose, or draw, they don't have any excuses, and that's just the way it has to be.
So right now, Scotty Perriman is at 378 once again, fighting his shot.
Yep.
So Zach Holton, who can hit a high cut, perfect conditions for him right now.
Yep,
the wind
slot
has
two.
died down significantly since 2:30. So we're at a minute right now. So a minute and 30 seconds. The wind has changed. Now's the time for Scotty Perriman to step on the gas and get a big number here.
Yep.
So Bobby Ray is at 383.
Yep.
So is Scotty Perriman.
Yep.
Joey
They're tied
Belton is at 380.
80. Yep.
If there is a tie, they chop up the points.
Zach Holton, he's 8 out of his first 9 in the grid, Bobby. He's
Yep.
lighting it up.
Yep.
He's feeling it. I mean, that's incredible. What a performance so far. He just got his 4th ball in.
How about
amazing?
Yeah. And Zach Holton does the step similar to what Kyle was doing in 2019. It's
Yep.
actually a little bit more aggressive than Kyle's.
Absolutely.
And he's like, I have to do this as a trigger, because he tried to do it, have a little bit different cadence in his swing or whatever you want to call it, and he's like, I can't do it. So he has the big high, left, right, and then go.
Yep.
And he looks great.
I love a little trigger. Little trigger to get you going, momentum. But when Kyle started doing that, I actually loved it because he's creating momentum, right? Creating momentum. I mean, you're trying to swing it as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah.
You can't just go from being stable to going in 150 miles an hour.
Great set. And not only that, Zach Holton's a golfer too. So he's a big dude
Yep.
that hits a great. He has a great golf ball. Really
Yep.
does.
Yep.
Good ball player.
And Zach is gonna
Joey Belton screamed at his last ball, so 380. Based off the scream.
right. Well, that
He's assuming
that
might
wind
hit it
looks
better.
like it was going a little left to right, so it's going to be interesting to see where this ball ends up.
You got Edward Michael Joseph, William Bartholomew, Ranches, Sanchez, Vicario, Conchita Martinez, Fernandez in the booth.
Yes, sir.
Competing in the senior division, went 5 for 5 today. You could probably hear the wind rip right now, and now the wind has completely shifted. Now it's in the face.
In the face,
Left
off
to
the
right.
left. Oof. Yep.
Joey Belton yelled at 352. So what's happening is that they're
Yeah.
hitting it in the center of the face,
Right.
and either they're spinning it so bad that you can't
And
tell.
The wind could have switched too a
Yep,
little bit there,
absolutely.
right? Like 10 seconds, 5
Yep.
seconds before he hit.
Yep. Because he kind of got the same reaction out of Jeremy Nowak when he really liked it, and it was shorter than his best ball of the
Right.
set. So Bobby Ray, Scotty Perriman in a tie currently. They're going to measure So they have 150 points up for grab. If they do chop this, they would have 75 points apiece. This is a big set for Martin Borgmeyer.
Huge.
For
Huge.
a guy that hits, like I said, I'm curious to see if he makes a little bit of a change here with his ball flight, because that big high draw, you can tell Scotty Perriman's plenty fast enough.
Yes.
But he literally was in slot number 4 with a high draw. So Zach Holton hits a cut.
Yep.
He's in the lead currently by – all right, so Bobby Ray was actually at 360 yards, and Scotty Perriman was at 383. You've seen that a lot.
With the white and the green ball. The little green stripe, yep.
Slot 1, slot 4, same golf ball, but ball 4 has got a little green stripe on it.
Yep.
Scotty Perriman, which helps out Scotty Perriman. Now he's got 300 points instead of 275. Which,
for sure. That's big.
Let's go to the tube, ask some questions. There we go. We got 2,400.
Zach is lighting it up, man. Zach is swinging really, really well. 400 points for 2 groups.
On the tee now, Will Hogue, Martin Borgmeyer, Jacob Galladay, Sebastian Twaddell. Gentlemen, that grid is clear. Fire away.
Big set here for Seb Twaddell too, Bobby. He's got he went OB in his first set. He's got the firepower to get it going here. He looks a little tight. He looks a little he's got to let it go. 21 years old, tons of talent. This is it. This is 4 more rounds. You got to just let it eat and you can't just hit some smoothies out there. Everybody's fast. Everybody's really, really good at this stage. So.
Yeah, it's almost like it looks like he's guiding it just a little bit.
I could tell. He wasn't swinging like he was yesterday. He put up 221, 222 yesterday. What was that one?
Marty Borgie 240.
Yep. 397. Good ball.
Which is
Martin.
huge for him.
Yeah.
Huge for him.
That's a big ball with the wind the way it is right now. Now it's starting to switch again. Look, it's starting to go straight downwind.
Yep.
Man, it's crazy up here.
Yeah, after every single shot, you got to look back. This is a big gust of wind, straight downwind, straight downwind.
Yep. Martin likes that one. Ooh,
hits it above.
Yeah.
He hits it above the top tracer. So this is probably anywhere between 160 up to 180 feet. This is dead straight.
It's straight downwind too, Bobby. That's going to be a big one.
9.8 seconds of carry, 219 ball speed.
Ooh, that'll be 4 something.
Oh yeah.
420-ish, 415, 420. 97. Jeez.
It's funny, like you're getting the reactions from the guys that they really like it, and the balls are coming up a little bit shorter. So I don't know if that's the golf ball, the response to the hands. It's like, hey, listen, you got to probably hit it higher on the club face. Like, I'm confused.
My first set today, I hit my first ball 365. Had my Cobra 9-degree, bumped it down to 7.5. Hit it 365 right down the pipe, just smoothed it. I think it was probably like 207 ball speed. I grabbed my other driver. The second one I hit left. The third one I absolutely smoked it. I'm like, that's going to be 380, 385. Came back 54. I'm like, it was like 217 ball speed, I think Mike Dobbin told me. And I'm like, there's no way I thought it was going to be, Will, 412.
Yeah, that happened to me, but I don't want to tell the distances.
Yeah, look at that reaction. I love Will. He's such a tank.
2018, they didn't have Player of the Year, but he absolutely won everything that he entered besides the World Championships. Yeah. So Will knows how to win, and he's a tough competitor.
He is tough, man. Been doing it a long time, man. Martin, I can't tell. He yelled at his 4th ball. I don't know, where that 4th ball is going to be, but 98. Ooh. All right, Martin finished the second. Will's going to take that set. Seb went OB again.
Martin still might have won this set. We didn't get that last ball
in
play. But yeah, it's funny. The winds were slightly different, but I hit a ball 356 right off the bat, a little mid cut, and then my last ball I hammered, yelled at it, and it came back 314.
That's pretty good for you though.
That was my ball speed.
Was that downwind?
That was downwind. Yeah, I got about 100 yards of roll out. But yeah, so yeah, you're getting some different type of, a feel in your hands. Like it feels good.
Yeah.
But the numbers aren't coming back. What you'd expect.
Yeah. Seb Twaddell looked tight. He looked tight there. He looked like he was guiding it. And again, first time here, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna, as the rounds go on, it's gonna be a little bit more heat on you. So it's great experience. He pretty much has to go win to get in, or win second. So, and he has the firepower to do it. So, but again, 2 OB sets this late in the game. He still has to go up against Kyle. He still has to go against some absolute monsters. So, 412 confirmed. Borgmeyer 399. So, yeah, Will 200 points. So and that's big for Will too, because he finished 4th in the first set, wins the second. So he's 225, which is a pretty good position.
All right, this is a big set for Kyle right here. He's going up against, Greg Knoll, who's struggled to get one in the grid, who, like I said, but has plenty of speed. Greg Knoll, not too long ago, went 232 miles per hour in warm-up. Sean Johnson hits a flat cut. Kyle looks good, though.
Ooh, I think he likes it.
Let me see. Let's take a peek at Kyle. Let's feature Kyle here. So 225 right down the middle.
225 right down the gut.
12 degrees of launch, 9.2 seconds. And it says 81 feet of movement, but like I said, us sitting in the booth the last 3 or 4 days, you're kind of get a feel for movement left to right, like with the top tracer. So that should be good for Kyle. 395.
At 225, man, and the wind is pretty much going left to right.
Yeah, that's a good number.
That's a great number.
This one, I like this ball flight better from Kyle. This one is 220. It's a 113 apex. The mid low ball has been the ball with this golf ball the last 3 days. Like they seem to have the biggest numbers, but just a little bit of a pull from Kyle Berkshire, the world number 1, 2-time world champ. I mean, he hasn't lost in 3 years. He ended up winning the national championship in 2020 in Memphis against Justin James, who they matched up against each other last year as well at the World Championships. So right now, Sean Johnson's at 383. We have a really strong crosswind right now.
Yep.
Greg Knoll trying to.
I think I want to say Ryan got his 3rd ball in. 394. Good ball.
And like I said, that's Kyle in this set, say probably the biggest threat when it comes to pure ball speed.
Yes.
Is Greg Knoll. And like not only that, I say Kyle is still trying to work on his sequencing because he hasn't practiced in a month.
Yeah.
And once again, he hit 27 total golf balls yesterday. 27.
Practice and competition. Awesome.
All right, let's key in on Kyle Berkshire here, slot number 2. OB left, 229, fastest ball of the competition. Justin James
look at that
was
thing.
at 227.
Yeah.
So if we're going to question if Kyle's healthy or not, he might not be healthy, but he's got 226 yards in the tank, or 229 mile per hour in the tank. 226 yards. He definitely has that in the tank.
406.
Kyle can hit
That's
it 226 yards.
And the wind is pretty much just left to right. I mean, that's impressive. 94 from Greg Knoll. Jeremy Nowak's 6th ball was
397.
Oh wow, that's
taken down.
big.
That's big for Greg Knoll too because he had an OB set. That 50 points might come into the factor here. Greg Knoll's gonna have to go. Berkshire just takes a peek at us and winks. I love it. Oh, that's funny. Kyle's got that little smirk on his face, and yes, I'm going to keep it PG because believe me, I know I know what I want to say.
Absolutely.
He's got that little grin on his face. You guys can figure out what I want to say. So
absolutely.
That was awesome, Kyle. That was exactly what he wanted to do. 400 points. Now he can kind of settle in, try to put another ball out and play because you really truly only need about 500 points to really truly be safe.
Yes.
I'll say it. I got in with 500. I was the only one on the bubble per se at 500 points. Everybody else was getting in right around 400 to 450. Kyle, more than likely, will cruise into the round of 16.
Yeah, one more set. He goes win or second, but he wants to win. That's my mentality, right? My mentality today was I want to win every set. I just don't want to go through the motions. I want to win every single set. And I know he has the same exact mentality. So, and it wouldn't surprise me to see him with 1,000 points after 5 sets today.
I said Kyle drank 3 monsters before stepping up. He probably drank 8.
He probably drank.
He probably drank 8 in between sets.
Probably.
I mean, because he's got to keep that adrenaline going because he's not going to be hitting balls in the range. He's not hitting. But that 229 is a statement.
Yeah, that's a statement.
I'm not going to say he's healthy, but he's healthy enough to go 229.
Yeah, yeah. That's filthy.
What a stud.
Sean Johnson, he needs to pick it up here. He's such a good hitter.
Yeah.
25. He finished 4th in his first. He needs a win. He
Yeah.
absolutely needs a win to get back in the in the driver's seat here. Third set going back to back.
And just visually watching Sean Johnson right now, it looks like he's ripping really hard, like he's almost trying to force speed instead of just let it come to him naturally.
And he's fast enough.
And he's recoiling really, really big right now. So it looks like he needs to just take a deep breath, step back, and just take a nice, smooth swing here, because he is – if he hits a nice, clean ball, he's right at 220 miles per hour. He's 217 right there. And let's say Jason Zubak, the GOAT, has entered the chat room.
What's
Jay-Z,
up,
hello.
Jason? Greatest
And, yeah,
of all
Justin
time.
James, I didn't get to see Kyle hit yesterday because I was in his group.
Yeah.
But Justin James has looked phenomenal the last couple of days. And the last ball that he hit with, 4 guys that could potentially win a world championship, it was Scotty Perriman, Justin James, Brandon Flynn, and who was the other one?
Martin. Was it Martin?
Was it whoever? It
Bryson.
could have. Oh, it was Bryson. It was
Yeah,
Bryson.
some
who's,
guy,
who's that guy?
Yeah, some guy, Bryson DeChambeau, was here
Some
in that
U.S.
last
Open
set.
champion. That was fun to see JJ just let it rip and go about 225, 226 with the longest ball of that set and tournament. So Justin James and Kyle Berkshire, they have been the best hitters on the planet since 2016. I know Berkshire got in 17, but JJ made the semifinals in 16, ended up winning the world championships in 17. And like I said, him and Kyle have been trading off wins for a long time now over the last 6-7 years. So it wouldn't be surprising to see them match up again in the finals. But Bryson DeChambeau has looked really impressive.
Yeah.
He looked great into the win. And like I said, he's dangerous. Bryson into the win is dangerous. He's dangerous regardless, but into a headwind.
Yep. Golfers, right?
Putting on
Absolutely.
a clinic.
Look at Zach Holton leading this set, 96. He's on fire today, man. He's really swinging it well.
And performance bonuses as well. I mean, right now he's in
leading.
for the
He's leading. He got 5 out of 6, I think, in the first set or the first 2 sets.
He went. Yeah, he's got multiple. He might have it. Yeah.
Mr.
11 balls.
Zubak, hope you're doing well, man. Wish you were here. Wish you were here. Fun to hang with you.
Some of the comments. These seem to look like Justin James' little brother when they're hitting next to each other. No, these guys are studs. They're both.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're probably about the same. I mean, JJ probably weighs about 220, 225. Bryson's 215.
Yeah,
He just
250.
he's
He's my size. He's a little bit shorter than me, but he's my weight. But he's solid.
Yep. Yep.
He's in really good shape.
Bryson the last 6 weeks has been on just like an extremely strict diet.
Yeah.
So Bryson might look skinnier, but he's
he's not
leaner. He is leaner. He is 215 pounds solid.
He looks good.
Yeah, we ate at his house a couple times this week, and
everything is calculated. There's
Absolutely.
8 ounces of red meat. There's vegetables. There's complex carbs. If there's sweet potatoes or regular potatoes, and he's you got to take it all. You got to take it all seriously, no matter what it is. Long drive, tours, playing golf. Going back to JJ, he looks good.
he did. I mean,
JJ,
the first day.
Justin looks. I mean, he's calm. He looks really, really good. I was with him yesterday a couple times, and we were just watching him, practice, and he's locked in, man. But you have to. That's why he's a world champion, right? You get locked in. You do what you got to do, and he looks really, really good.
Zach Holton, 600 points. He's
600
in.
points. He's in.
Final 16.
Easy work, right? Now the next 2 rounds, he can kind of just either test some stuff or.
I would just stick to the game plan. He's hitting a lot of balls in play.
But he can hit different drivers. Maybe see if something else feels different or whatever. Because it's different here than it is on the practice tee, Bobby.
Yep.
Completely different.
Yep. Martin Borgmeyer hitting it significantly higher today. Not too much movement left or right, but not sure if that first one stayed in play at 218 mile per hour. This is a big set for Martin Borgmeyer as well, who's in at 150 points. So a win will get him at 350. So he'll be looking good to get into the round of 16 as well. But Zach Holton is in.
Yeah. Josh and Martin are tied at 150 points right now.
Right.
Greg Null needs a win.
He has to win this set. He'll be at 220 or 250. And he could technically take a second and a second per se, but wins are extremely critical, especially when you're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, when you're getting closer to the final 8. And the guys are very similar in speed. Martin likes it.
Yeah, I'm going to say that was probably 212, 213,
150 feet in the air. We're trying to look at Martin Borgmeyer's ball speed. We don't have it on this camera.
Didn't look like he really let that one go, but he hit it solid probably. 215-ish, 14-ish. Can we see it on there or no?
No, the speed did not pop up on Martin's last ball.
Joey Bell, is this Joey's first World Championship?
I think he was here last year.
Was he?
He was here last year. Yep.
Yeah.
A man who has served and protected the United States of America. Thank you for your service.
That one he let go. Martin let that one go a little bit more.
222, dead straight.
He let that one go.
We talked about it. I want to see Martin tighten up his dispersion right to left.
Absolutely.
This is dead straight.
Yep. But he let that one go, Bobby.
Yep.
When you try to guide it, you're not going to hit it straight.
Yep.
He has to let it go, let the shaft do what it does, and let just him get that sequence down.
He's at 424.
That was oof.
We said it yesterday with Jeremy Nowak in the book, in the booth. Like, he had hit one ball in play, and they're like, well, "What would be your strategy?" I'm like, "Hit it as high as I can," because, like, for whatever reason, maybe you can explain why. Every time I try to hit it high, I hit it straight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why? I mean, because if you're trying to hit it low, you guide it.
More side bend, maybe. It's just right side. But Josh Koch, 6 ball. He's got to get this in. I think it went out. Again, you have to get a number. 25 points is critical at this stage. 32 hitters left. Martin was clutch there. Yep. Martin was super, super clutch. I don't know if Greg Null got his 6th ball in, but he is capable of going 420-something as well. 222, Martin, 424?
Yep.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Greg Null takes second now. So Greg Null is going to be at 150 points outside looking in. He could still take a win in the second place and get in.
For sure.
But
yeah, he's going to have to. His back is somewhat against the wall. He's going to have to go win second or win-win. So Seb, this is Seb's 3rd. He has to go win, and that is a tall order hitting against Mr. Berkshire. That's a tall order for anyone. But you just got to let it go, man. This is it. Can't hang on to it. You just have to reach back and let it go.
I mean, it's his rookie year, too. He's done a great job to get to the final 32, but you can just tell right now, like, he's pressing. And, he's going up against guys that are faster than him. Mm-hmm. And,
more experience. They're so experienced, Kyle's been doing this since 17, 2-time world champ, and he's locked in, Steenberg, look at the experience on this tee. Like Bobby Ray. I think this is Bobby's first time, right?
It's his first time, but Bobby Ray, reality TV star, champion.
Yeah,
he knows how to perform under the lights, very similar to a Sam Judah.
Right.
So this type of, atmosphere, even though it's different, he's got a golf club in his hand. He's a showman, and he can control his emotions in this type of arena.
Yeah, he's a stud. I like Bobby. He's a cool dude.
Kyle Berkshire, 217, little cutty. Looks like this one's going to go OB.
Is it going to go right? A little bit.
OB right. Once again, we're going to focus on Kyle Berkshire. This is a critical set for him because if he takes like a second place, or just say he hits one 400 yards right off the bat, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't hit any more balls. Bobby Ray at 486. Berkshire, 222, little cutty, hanging down that right side. Not sure if that one's going to stay in play. There's not much movement on his golf ball. 133 feet in the air. And if you are going to hit a cut, I mean, if that ball's down on slot number 1, that one's 100% in play. So we're going to take a peek and see if that ball from Kyle Berkshire is in play, and it's not. So you can already tell right now Kyle's sight line has changed down the left side of the grid to try to hit a cut. And he likes it.
All right.
227 mile per hour. He needs to shut it down.
He just gave me the little.
He likes it.
He just gave me the little nod, little wink.
That one's a bomb, and right now Steenberg's in the lead at 400 yards. Bobby Ray is at 391. Sebastian Vidal.
What was his ball speed there?
227. Oh, Kyle's not going to hit the rest of the time.
No,
I don't think.
There's no way.
He needs 500 points, and he's in.
That was center punch. That's got to be 4 something. Unless the wind did something funny out there, I can't see that being less than 420. 415.
438. All right, so I don't see Kyle Berkshire hitting another golf ball the rest of the set. 439 yards, the longest ball of the competition.
439, that's an absolute.
Let's go, Kyle. Come on.
Ooh, Seb, 425.
425. But no, I don't, Kyle might hit a couple.
Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, just kind of maybe hit one more.
Come on, Kyle.
5th ball.
No, he stepped on the gas.
Yeah, he wants to go 230, I think,
212.
Bobby. 212, yeah, miss hit. 227 right down the gut. That's yeah, 391.
I mean, I
For
think
Bobby Ray,
this is saying a lot too. If Kyle does this golf ball, it's pretty much saying my hand feels good. I'm gonna hit more.
He wants to go. He wants to go 230, Bobby. I mean, he does. I don't know. Has he gone 230 in competition yet on the box? I know he's gone 229.
I'm not sure.
In Connecticut, I want to say he went 229.9 because he's showing me his TrackMan numbers after he hit in the final against Brandon. But I don't know. I don't know if he's hit 230 in competition.
I'm going to say Kyle Berkshire now, after watching 3 sets today, is the favorite to win the World Championship.
Yeah,
I
mean, how can he not be? How can he not be? It's going to look, the two fastest guys this week have looked the best, Justin and Kyle, right? And in a perfect world, it's going to come down to Justin and Kyle, right? But you still have to come out here and perform. Kyle's through. He's got 600 points.
And Martin Borgmeyer too. I mean, Martin on that last one, he's still at 350 points. But he's starting to look better progressively throughout the last 2 sets. And still, he's not out of the water as of now. But if Martin wins the next set, he'll be at 450 points. If he takes a second, he'll be at 450.
Right.
So he essentially needs to hit 1 ball and play. So more than likely, you're going to see Martin Borgmeyer as well. But Martin is looking nice and relaxed the last couple sets. And like I said, his dispersion has gotten tighter.
Yes.
He's hit more of a straight ball, and that's what I want to see. And I want to see Martin Borgmeyer, clapping to the crowd and getting fired up.
But
because
that's him.
That's the best Martin Borgmeyer.
That is him.
See.
You have to play to your personality. If you're fun loving like he is, he's got to be, he's got to be fun loving with the crowd and just kind of loosens him up. Probably how he gets when he's nervous or whatever. Just play to the crowd like he does. He's a showman.
How do you like to be Sebastian Twaddell right now? Hits his first ball in play, big ball at 425 yards, the second longest ball of the entire set, but goes up against Kyle.
Thanks for the 100 points. Yeah, but look, hey, he went OB his first 2 sets. Like I said, you can't do that. Like if he had gone 150, he'd be at 250, and he'd be right there, right inside the top 8. But it's not over yet for Seb. He already went up against Kyle. He hit the second longest ball of the day. He's got to go win-win. Scotty, 409.
Just a stud.
That's slot 1. That slot 1 is right now. He can just.
And another thing was like Scotty Perriman. I would say similar type of ball flight to a Martin Borgmeyer.
Yeah.
Just tighten up dispersion just a smidgen. And like I said, we're being hypercritical right now because these are the best hitters on the planet.
Right.
They really truly are. So, and they're fully capable of doing that as well. Ooh, I like this. This is a high cut from Scotty Perriman at 213.
Yeah, Will just went 417, and then he yelled at his third ball. So
Will's a stud. He knows how to win. He's beating everybody.
He's a monster.
He's beating everybody on this tee box.
Yeah.
Like in this entire tournament.
Brandon just yelled at one.
This
is so much fun, right? You get the fastest guys in the world going at it, hitting it 4 bills plus.
And these guys are going all out right now. I mean, Jeremy Nowak looks phenomenal. And for me, like I like when Nowak goes full gas. Like he's not the type of guy that's going to be like, I'm going to try to smooth one out there.
I'm going to try to hit a little grid finder.
Yeah, no.
That's not Jeremy. Jeremy's just full gas.
The harder he swings, the better he hits, period. Right now, Scotty Perriman is at second right now, or third. Will's in the lead, 417. And once again, every time you hear these guys yell at a golf ball, they go significantly shorter. Jason Zubak, if you're still on, can you please tell us why? Please.
The GOAT, please tell us why. Well, like my 54 ball this morning, Bobby, it was 217 ball speed. It went 11 yards shorter than my 65, which I smoothed.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. Jeremy Nowak right now is at 150 points. So, I mean, he's guaranteed as of right now potentially to have 250. So, 200. So, Brandon Flynn still has a ball left. And they said Brandon can hit it to 420 yards right now. It's straight downwind. Big gust to win here. Big gust. Big gust.
Is that going to hang on? It's right on the line. Or is that going to go
Brandon
left?
Flynn 204, so he didn't hit that
No,
one
he
very
didn't hit
good.
that very well.
Now starting us off on set 4.
All right, well, he's going to – yeah, looks like Will's going to take that. Will's going to be at 425. Huge, right?
Yeah.
4th place, win-win.
Yep.
Just has to basically have a heartbeat the last 2 sets, get some balls in, and he's in.
He's using a D10 too, which is like you would never in a million years think that Will would hit a D10, like a shaft that's a noodle. He's the type of guy that's always been a 3X, 4X kind of guy.
Right.
And just hits a very, very good penetrating ball flight golf ball. And but Will is very comfortable with the D10. I hit that yesterday.
Yep.
I'm not going to lie, that first set that I had on day one, and I took that club back for the first time to rip at 198 miles per hour.
That was a bomb.
Yeah, no, I was like, holy cow, this shaft is so soft. This is not what I practice. So to be able to like really tell your brain to slow it down on the takeaway.
Yep.
When you get that shaft to set, it's a cannon. And sure enough for myself, like even though I'm not swinging as fast as these guys, I'm going after it.
course.
And I was, able to pop a couple out there in the grid yesterday,
Absolutely.
and Will's looking good with that 190 CPM setup.
Yep. Yeah, Martin is kind of hitting the same. He's hitting a little bit higher CPM. I want to say he's hitting the TPT 17 high or the 19 high, which is pretty light, like 52 grams, 54 grams, but really low torque. And that's what I'm hitting as well. And it's so stable. It's awesome.
All right, big set
All
here
right.
for Martin Borgmeyer.
Here we go.
Martin Borgmeyer is at 350 points. Looking really good with 2 sets to go, but just for me, Martin needs to put a ball in play right off the bat, and he likes it. 218 miles per hour from a little bit of movement right to left. It's downwind, so that's going to be a huge number.
That looks like it's downwind. Yeah, pretty much straight downwind.
Yeah,
that's
16 degrees of launch.
4 something. Ooh, that's a bomb.
420.
Good
Boom.
ball.
Big number.
If he just lets it go. And now he can let it go, right? He's had a really good start. Let it go. Bobby Ray, 401. Where's Bobby points-wise? He's at 150. He needs a win. Second place at
worst.
He's going to need a win. I mean, if he goes second place, he'd have to win his 4th or his 5th set. So
this is the start of round 4. So right now, Kyle Berkshire, Zach Holton, Will Hogue, Scotty Pearman, Martin Borgmeyer, Scott Littlefield, Brandon Flynn, Jeremy Nowak are in as of right now. But we still have 2 more sets to go. 200 points for first, 100 points for second, 50 points for third, 25 points for fourth. If you do not hit one in play, you get 0. The bubble's been 450, pretty much.
yes.
So Martin Borgmeyer takes a win here. He would have 550 points. He would be in. Jeremy Nowak, 393, coming back-to-back. Don't know if that's the hardest thing to do or you like to hit back-to-back. I did it yesterday.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it at all either.
Kind of in a good rhythm. If you're swinging it well, if you're feeling good, I don't mind going back-to-back.
I think maybe Sean Johnson went back-to-back earlier. So if you're forcing it and you're fighting it, you kind of need that time to go back to the range and try to figure it out. So it could be good and could be bad at the same time. For me, like I said yesterday, I was up against Kyle, swinging as hard as I can. And we had a side bet, 42.5 yards, and he only got me by 40. So if you're in Vegas and you took me to lose by only 40 yards, you won a lot of money.
Martin just yelled at that one, too. 219.
Marty Borgie, 240 at 420.
Borgie. Yep.
Jeremy
kind of laid down a little bit, so I don't think that's going to be past 420.
All right, Nowak's at 250. Right now he's tied with Bobby Ray. 100 points is significantly bigger right now if he was at 350 instead of 325. So we'll see if Nowak and Bobby Ray are tied at the end of this, because they would be chopping up currently 150 points.
Yeah.
Scott Littlefield as well. If Scott Littlefield won this set, he'd be in too. So that was a big set for Scott Littlefield.
Yeah.
Let's see how he did the last 2 balls, because if Littlefield takes a second place or better, he'd be at 450 points.
Yeah. Ooh,
he went OB the last couple.
2. Man.
That was a big set for Scott Littlefield as well. So he's still in as of right now. He's got numbers on the board, so he'll be at 375.
Yep. Now they're gonna measure Bobby Ray and Jeremy Nowak.
Good set from Bobby Ray and Jeremy Nowak. Really impressed with Jeremy Nowak's accuracy the last couple sets. I mean, he's a guy that you're going to figure he'll get 1 or 2 in play, but now 4, and I think that a lot to do that. He's in He's strong. He's in control of his swing. I mean, he's got the no-walk step. I mean, it's his own, dialed in. Let's see what everybody.
He forgot his T clause.
Bryson DeChambeau is hitting at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so he's in the next group. So there's 16. This is Group 1 of 16, and then Group 2 of 16 headers. So 8 guys advanced today.
Jeremy, 402. He takes second place.
That's a huge.
That's big
50
for him.
points for him. Huge.
No, 100.
Well, 50 points. He was going to chop up. So that's an extra 50 points. So because it could have gone either way with Bobby Ray or him.
Right.
So if they were tied, Nowak would have got 75 points. If he ended up losing by a yard, he would have had 50. So that was a huge number for him, for Nowak to get in there at 350. So he's got it. He's got a chance.
Yeah, for sure.
So
the ball callers will come to us if there are any issues. Enter and exit the tee box quickly. On the tee now, Ryan Steenberg, Ryan Gregnall.
all right, let's key in on Ryan Gregnall. If Gregnall wins, we'll be at 350. There will be an absolute log jam at that. Here it looks like.
It's a big set.
Big set for Ryan Gregnall, one of the fastest guys on the planet.
Zach is already in. Zach's at 600 points, so he's just going to cruise into tomorrow. He's going to make the final 16.
And this is where I like Gregnall, because he knows he has no choice but to go full throttle.
He's a gamer. It seems like when he, like yesterday in the last set, he needed to win. He won.
He has to win this set.
He's a gamer.
He has to win this set. All right, so Ryan.
Yeah, Will's 425. He's looking good.
Steenberg, if he takes win, he'll be at 375. Gregnall will be at 350.
Yeah. Ryan Steenberg, this is a must-win, an absolute must-win for him.
394, Ryan Gregnall.
Yeah, it's a good ball.
Wind's died down actually a little left to right right now currently with this
94 is
win.
a really good ball.
Huge number. Steenberg at 84. You definitely want to be in slot number 1 and number 2 with this crosswind. So today we've seen it all pretty much. We've seen a couple gusts of wind, straight downwind. But we've seen a lot of down and left to the right. But now this is directly left to right.
Yeah.
So he who hits a cut in slot 1 or 2 and hits ball well will win.
Yeah, a flat cut is perfect.
Yeah.
It's that's the shot.
Once again, we are live in Mesquite, Nevada at the 2022 PLDA World Championships. Edward, Michael, Joseph, William, Bartholomew, Arantes, Sanchez, Vicario, Conchita, Martinez, Fernandez in the booth, along with me, Bobby Bradley.
Yes, sir.
Eddie, the 2018 Masters Division World Champion, went 5 for 5 today. 5 wins in the senior division with 32 guys hitting. He will be in the final 16 tomorrow. And he has slowly but surely crept up the speed chart, where you topped out at, what, 225? In
225 a couple weeks ago.
Unbelievable.
Hit 222, 223 today in practice. 219 on the box here a couple times.
Gregnall, bullet right now. No movement on that golf ball. 12 degrees of launch, which I actually like. And this is 221 ball speed. So this is probably Gregnall's best ball that he's hit. If we're being critical, once again, he hit a little pull into left to right wind, so it might have knocked it down just a tad. But that was an absolutely perfent ball flight.
Now he only knocked it down, only hit it 404.
Yeah. That was I like that ball a lot from him. And once again, tip of the cap to Top Tracer technology. This thing is right in front of us.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's pretty exact. So I don't know how far left that ball went, but it just showed like the ball tracking out a little bit left, from the center line.
Yeah. And I think Zach, Zach there, we've been doing this a long time, right? You get locked in. I think Zach may have had a little lapse there, maybe a little mental lapse. He went 0 for 6, but he's in. So, but you always want to kind of step it up a little bit. You want to hit good balls no matter what, even if you're in or not. So,
and say right now, here we go. Holding down the tent right now. Huge gust of wind, and right now, like, if you have a cut in slot number 4 and you hit it higher than 150 feet, the odds of you keeping the ball in play is practically impossible unless you aim out way out left. And mentioned, it's a huge disadvantage in slot number 4 with this type of crosswind.
Yep.
But once again, all of these guys have to hit in slot number 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everyone.
Yep.
So. But right now, Ryan Gregnall had to win that set. He got the W. And let's take a peek at who he's going to have to go up against. Gregnall's going to go up against Sebastian Twiddell, Scotty Perriman, and Scott Littlefield in the final set.
Easy.
So
but
big
again,
set here.
He's going to have to win.
Scotty Pearman, big set for him because if he takes a win, he will be in. So the guys that I feel extremely confident with right now getting in, I think Will Hoag's in at 475 because he'll gets one ball in play, he'll be at 500. Kyle Berkshire, Zach Holton, Martin Borgmeyer, and Will Hoag, I feel extremely confident those guys will be in, and there's still a log jam at about 375 to 325. So Steenberg is on the outside looking in right now at 275. Bobby Ray's at 200. I'm not going to say Bobby Ray is mathematically out, but he would need a lot of guys to go. Yeah,
right. He's going to have to win. Yep. He has to win to get to 400 points because 400 points hasn't made it before. So just control what you can control. Go out there and do your thing,
And this is the same thing for Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson can go win-win as well and be at 550 points. So right now
he would be in. And he's got the gas to do it.
Huge set for Sean Johnson. Brandon Flynn, he is at 325 points. A win will get Brandon Flynn in. So this is Brandon wins this one. He's in. Oop, and it looks like Joey Bilton might have just dislocated his shoulder. Yep, he dislocated his shoulder.
How did he do that?
Yep, it just popped out of socket. He just put his arm.
Oh, my God.
Wow. You talk about a military man that literally he just dislocated his shoulder.
Are you
Bobby
kidding me?
Peterson popped it back in. How many points does Joey Bilton have? 150?
Yeah, win-win, he gets in.
No, this guy's nuts. And I say that, Joe, you're crazy. He literally dislocated his shoulder.
Dislocated his shoulder.
I don't even want to watch this. I'm not watching this. I can't watch this. Being an athlete.
Yeah, he can't swing anymore. He's hurting. Yeah, oof.
Brandon Flynn's still working on a number.
Yeah.
This is a critical couple balls here because Brandon by far is in the hardest spot on the grid right now in slot number 4.
The crazy thing is he's not out yet. Seb, he's not out. OBOB, 100 points. If he wins this, he'll be at 300.
All right, great ball flight from Brandon Flynn. This is going to be extremely close, right down the left side. Not sure. He had no movement on the golf ball, but he hit a dead pull. That ball, Brandon just hit a pull in slot number 4 that was straight, but it was down the far left side. He's in with a number at 369, so that would give Brandon Flynn 350 or 300, currently 375 points if Joey Belton doesn't go and play. Brandon Flynn right down the middle, but it's 200 mile per hour, so that's a miss hit. Dead straight right down the middle.
Watch that ball go like 385.
You know what? Yesterday I watched Colton Calcanis hit a couple balls, 200, 201, 202 mile per hour, and just out driving everybody. And guys were joking around saying that he's hitting 155 smash factor. So,
jeez.
So Sebastian Fidel is still in this. I mean, I guess if Seb goes win-win, I mean, he had 500 points
he's
too.
in.
This is crazy.
He'll be in. Yep. I think he's going to take that set down.
I mean, I'd be surprised right now if Brandon Flynn's 5th ball at 200 miles per hour is farther than 380, but you never know.
Yeah.
In slot 1, Jacob Galladay. In slot 2, Scotty Pearman. Slot 3, Josh Scott. In slot 4,
361. Yeah, and then.
But I can't believe it even went that far.
On deck to start set 5.
Yep.
Wow.
Ryan Steenberg,
Twaddle.
and Jacob Galladay.
Twaddle's going to take it down. That's amazing. He's going to be at 300 points. If he wins his 5th set, he's going to move on. Wow. That's
This is going to be an absolute log jam.
Yep.
This is going to be nuts.
Yep.
So
for 5,
that
6,
actually
7, 8,
helps
I think.
out.
5, 6, 7, 8 is going to be up for grabs between like 7, 8 guys at least.
This is, I mean, there's going to be so many guys at 350 points.
Yep.
I mean, right now, Will Hoag looks great. I mean, at 475, Will Hoag looks good.
Yeah.
Joey Belden, OB, no points that set.
All right, we got the 2021 and 2019 and 2020 national champion and world champion, Kyle Berkshire, at slide number 4.
Slot number 4, Mr. Berkshire. He's on cruise control, man.
Yeah.
229 today. That's impressive. See how he looks here. We got a good view at Kyle right here.
I don't. I went to try to get a video of him, and
yeah, that was a little yank, I think, a little pulley.
But that smile that he had after the second set was awesome.
Yeah, he's cruising it to tomorrow. And like we said, the 2 fastest guys, the 2 guys who look the best in the open division, JJ and Kyle, kind of doing what they do, right?
Yeah.
They are the best in the world, and it's awesome to watch.
Yeah, he hit 100, 200 miles per hour. I mean, I don't think Kyle really even wants to hit right now. I mean, he's just I think he just wants to hit a couple balls and doesn't per se disrespect the competitors to not hit. But right now, like I said, he's coming off surgery 23 days ago, and if I was Kyle, I wouldn't even hit. I mean, I really, truly, he.
Yeah, he must feel good. I mean, at the end, obviously he feels good. He hit 229 today.
He stepped on the gas there a little bit. Yeah, he did. 224.
224. Is that a little cutty? Is that
Little
going to
cutty.
be in?
Doesn't look like it.
A little right?
Yeah. So this is a huge set for Scotty Pearman right now because he's at 350 points, and we don't have any balls in play as of right now. And then Josh Koch can go win, and he might be in. Josh could go win in his second place.
Yep.
So I know that Kyle wants to hit a ball, and a better ball than what he's at right now, and he just stuck the finish at 225. But this one looks like it's going to go OB right.
Right. Yep.
Koch improving 387. Scotty Pearman with a number on the board at 371. Jacob Galladay. Koch yelled at it. He likes it. Let's take a peek at Koch's numbers.
Yeah.
212 right down the middle. No movement whatsoever, 143 feet in the air.
Here's Kyle's fifth ball.
Kyle with a little cutty right down. Let me see here. 220 miles per hour. So Kyle's got a ball right in play, 148 feet in the air.
94 for Koch.
And this will be if
Kyle's ball should be farther than that. I mean, 220. He's 8 miles an hour faster than Josh on that swing. So it should be 400. If in a perfect world, it would be longer than 394. So
that 224 just looked extremely smooth from Kyle Berkshire.
Yeah, really smooth.
He's healthier.
Yeah. They're probably walking back that fifth ball.
And the wind shifted. Honestly, that's going to be a big ball. I didn't take a look at the wind, but the wind picked up in a straight downwind. So
they might not have caught up to it yet. They're still walking back.
I'm going to say Kyle's going to be in the 410, 415.
I say 415, 412, 415.
Drum roll. Kyle knows he's looking back. He keeps looking back at the number because I think he thinks he hit that one.
He knows. You know when you hit one, right?
And that last ball, that was
414.
I'm going to say that was the most impressive ball that I saw today was his last ball, which was 224 miles per hour. He just absolutely smoothed that, and it wasn't ball 5, it was ball 6. Ball 6 was 414 yards. That last one that he went 414 with was just that looked absolutely effortless.
Yeah, the funny thing is Kyle is the type of athlete where, even though he's not 100%, he's swinging it really well, and he wants to win every set. That's his mentality. That's the mentality you have to have, right? You have to have that mentality to where you want to win every single set. You don't want to ever give anyone an advantage, right? You don't want to ever give somebody bragging rights for beating you in a set or whatever. I think that's just an inner competition with yourself. So good job there, Kyle. Another win, 800 points. Longest ball of the day.
I like this. Jeremy Nowak. That was actually a veteran move by Jeremy Nowak.
Absolutely.
Look at the flag.
He saw the wind.
He saw the wind in the second. You heard Seamus talk. He just went. That was a good play what Jeremy Nowak did right there.
And he piped it.
Yes, he did. He
yelled
gets
at
a win.
Took
He's
advantage
in.
of it. And he needs, if he wins, oh my God, if he wins, he's in. Even first or second place here. That was a good ball.
Said that, and that's what I like to see. Jeremy Nowak is a guy that has to go at it full throttle. He hits it significantly better. Like, it's not even close.
Right.
And the fact that a veteran move, I mean, the win is big time right now.
Smart. Yep, great job there.
405 Steenberg.
Jeremy's ball might be farther than that, though.
And I said I really like Joe Steenberg here too. Just Steenberg can get in at
411.
Steenberg could take 475 max points. Jeremy Nowak would be at 550 if he gets it in.
Yeah.
So
I think Ryan Steenberg just yelled at one.
Steenberg can launch it extremely high, and this is straight downwind.
Yeah, Joey's using one arm to tee it up. I don't know if I would really risk any more injury for him. I know. So,
I mean,
yeah, he's not even swinging at it.
Yeah,
just call it a day and don't injure yourself even more. 419, Jeremy. Wow.
All right, so
ball.
Steenberg's gonna have to step on the gas here.
Yep.
Steenberg has to win this set.
He hits it flatter though, Bobby. He's got to launch it. He's got to hit that thing in the air, 160, 70, 80 feet in the air. Look at Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy's a better hitter when he just goes.
Well, he's going at it, but he's in a rhythm, right?
Yeah.
He's just letting it go, and that's what you have to do.
Well, Novak got in here in 2020. I remember posting him on Instagram on the Lawn Drivers page back in the day. And his first, he got in 2019 in Rochester and ended up winning the qualifier, the world qualifier to get in. And I believe he made a top 32 his first year. And he has progressively got better and progressively got faster. And I said, professional baseball player, has been in the spotlight, played in front of thousands.
380, he needs a big one here. Ooh.
All right. Steenberg's yelling. Dead straight. Big number from Steenberg. 213.
Oh,
no movement.
Oh.
The wind died down, though.
I know.
That's for Steenberg.
He's going to need some help with the ground.
He might have needed that ball on the first ball.
Oh, man. And he's in second place now. He's going to be at 375. Oh, 391. Wow. If he hit that ball a minute and a half ago, or 2 minutes ago, that might have been caught 419 because that was 212 right down the slot.
I'm giving a golf clap to Jeremy Nowak.
Yep,
Good job,
for
buddy.
sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, great job.
That was an absolute veteran play.
Absolutely.
Awesome. He said he didn't even hesitate.
Like he would have won with that ball. His first ball is 411 right up the gut.
Yep.
Good move. Very, very. That's where strategy comes in, bud.
We talk about it on the range, or talk about it, offline. People think it's like these are a bunch of meatheads just hitting golf balls as hard as they can. There's a lot more to that,
Yep.
Technical setups, there's way more than just hitting a golf ball.
Yeah, you have to hit it in the center of the face.
You have to
Number
do that.
one, you can have speed, but if you don't hit it in the center of the face, you're never going to maximize your potential. So the number one thing is you got to be able to hit it in the center of the face at speed. Scotty praying, slot 3. Where is Scotty? How many points does Scotty have? Scotty Pierman.
He's 375.
375. So a winner, a second place here. And
this is a huge
Seb,
set for Greg Knoll. I mean, Greg Knoll is just,
Greg Knoll and Seb Twaddle. Again, Greg Knoll is in a group where whoever wins this and Littlefield, whoever wins the set's in. If you win this set, you are in. You're into tomorrow. So this is a massive set.
And like I said, I really like Greg Knoll because his back's against the wall and he's a much better hitter when he's just got to go.
Yep.
Greg Knoll yells at it right down the gut, 130 feet in the air. Didn't get a ball speed number, but he hit a perfect ball flight. And if that one's in play, he's in slot number 1 with the left to right wind. That is going to be – I even think a 390, 395 ball right now is going to be humongous with this crosswind. And it's amazing. Like I said, 411, 415, or what did Nowak hit? 419?
419.
Right now with this wind, that would be a monster drive. I think 395 is a good ball.
Yes.
With this current wind. So Greg Knoll just got a call back that was 216 mile per hour ball speed on his first ball. Still waiting on a number.
He's a gamer, dude.
Yep.
He needed
411 Scotty Perriman.
Oh, 411 Ryan Greg Knoll.
411 Greg Knoll. So, all right, so just say they tie. Scotty Perriman will have 150 points. He's way in, okay? But that would give Greg Knoll 500 points. All right, so and
even so, Greg Knoll, even if he finishes second, that's 450. I think 450 is going to be safe in this group.
And like I said, I thought 395 would be a good ball just based looking at the flags on the tee box. But if you look down the grid, it's kind of going a little left to right again.
Yeah, more down left to right.
221 Greg Knoll, 154 feet in the air, dead straight.
Oh.
That ball is moving it. I mean, I have to say it's farther than 411. These conditions are a little bit better than they were a minute ago.
So. I mean, you would have to absolutely think so. Man, that guy's a gamer. Greg Knoll is just an absolute beast. He does it when he needs to do it, which is exactly what you have to do, right?
Yeah. So Scotty Perriman and Greg Knoll, just two studs going after it right now. And like I said, we haven't mentioned Sebastian Twaddell right now, but like I said, he just really working on trying to hit a ball, in the center of the club face and straight. Greg Knoll, 393. It's crazy, like.
at
He thought for
221.
sure he would hit it farther. You know,
Yeah.
like, I mean, with based off those numbers
I
and
think
looking
he
at the
liked
wind.
that one too.
This one's right down the middle.
Yeah.
Gregnall just put on an
But
absolute
it's
stripe
almost
show.
like a little draw into the wind, though, Bobby. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of like that. Ooh, Scotty just hit a good one.
216 high
Little
cut
field.
into a cut wind.
Yeah.
He just hit a high cut into a cut wind right there. Scotty Pearman on the last ball. This one might be the difference. This will put Gregnall at 450.
395 for Ryan. Scotty's last ball was piped.
Ooh. All right, so if Gregnall takes his second place, he'll be at 450. The only guy that can really truly catch him after that, we got to see where Littlefield's at.
393. Oh my God.
That's because that
That's
makes
so nuts.
that makes more sense because,
Yeah.
like I said, that
Right.
crosswind, I
Yeah.
thought that the mid 390s were going to be the one.
Yeah.
So the
And
wind
that's
might have hit us on the tee box, but not down the grid
sure.
the first one because
Right.
we didn't look at the flags down grid the
Right.
first couple balls. We were just looking on the tee
Right.
box, and we've said it numerous times that you'll see the flag on the tee box be different than down the grid and then on the top of the mesa.
Right.
Because those numbers make a lot more sense, the mid 390s, and you're seeing these guys yelling at it at 393, 395, 398, 393, 388.
Yeah, so check this out, Bobby. So we got Littlefield's going to get 25 points. He's going to be at 400 in ninth place, right? Or no, he's going to move up to eighth, right? And then look, if Bobby Ray wins here, he's going to be at 400 points.
If Josh
Koch
Koch wins, he's at 450.
It's oh my God, this is crazy, absolutely crazy.
Ty, all right, Gregnall's going to be in at 500 points. Man, what a stud. He had to step up, and Gregnall ends up
So they were within
getting
6 inches. Imagine that, 411 within 6 inches of each other.
Scotty
That's
Pearman and
crazy.
Ryan Gregnall, 500 points and 525. Two just really, really good competitors. And
Gregnall, OB, third place, second win, tied for first. I mean, that's just sacking up. You know,
Yep.
that's what you do. That's awesome.
All right, so I feel more comfortable right now. Brandon Flynn takes second place. Josh Koch and Sean Johnson are mathematically eliminated from this tournament. Will Hogue just has to hit a ball and play, yes, because Brandon Flynn will be at 475. Josh Koch and Sean Johnson cannot get to 450. They can't get to 450, so they're out. All right, so Brandon Flynn takes a second place. He's in. The bubble right now is 475. Will Hogue is in, does not have to hit a ball and play. So Brandon Flynn takes second or better. That's it. So Will Hogue's in at 475.
Ooh,
that is the bubble. So Koch can still get in with a win.
Yes.
Brandon Flynn would have to take third or worse in order to get eliminated from the tournament. So the top 7 guys have been set: Kyle Berkshire, Zach Holton, Martin Borgmeyer, Jeremy Nowak, Scotty Pearman, Ryan Gregnall, and Will Hogue. Will just has to put a ball in play, which he has guaranteed to be at 500 points bare minimum. So Will Hogue is in.
So 6 guys for one spot,
Yep.
That's
But this is how crazy this is.
Yeah.
If Bobby Ray wins the set and just say Brandon,
Ooh, Bobby just freaking yelled at one. He gave it the old fist pump too. The adrenaline's crazy, isn't it, Bobby, up there? It's the adrenaline you feel when you absolutely smoke one.
Yep.
There is nothing like it.
we just finally got a little bit of cloud coverage over the grid. Straight downwind right now. Straight downwind on the tee box. The flags aren't really moving down grid. Actually, there's no look at the grid. No movement in the flags.
Yeah.
So wind down. It's windy on the tee box.
4-4. Bobby Ray 393. Josh Koch 385. Wow. It's starting to blow again here at the tee box.
In the grid, there's not any movement.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Not much.
Literally,
Man,
the
that's
flags are
amazing.
still.
God, it's amazing how quickly that wind changes.
Yep. Well, we're going to tune into YouTube right now and answer some questions. We got 4,000 people on.
Sean Johnson 406.
Casual golf.
Yeah.
Hold it in, buddy. There's only one more group to go, and then we'll have a little bit of a break. So Koch has to win this set.
Yep. Well, he just yelled at his last ball, so
he's got Sean Johnson.
211.
Right, so Sean Johnson, if he wins the set, would be at
50.
450. And like I said, Brandon Flynn takes the second place. He's in. So Sean Johnson will, if he wins this set, will take the eighth spot currently. So he'll knock out Scott Littlefield.
Right.
And slot 4, Kyle Burke.
Wow,
Huge
gosh,
win for
390.
Sean Johnson if he
Huge.
wins it. Huge
Massive.
win.
He needed to. Will's already in.
Yep.
Bobby Ray is going to finish 4th there. Yeah, he's Bobby is out, but what a great experience for him. You know, he loves the sport. I know he's probably not going to be real happy right now, but he's a really good hitter, and he'll just only get better.
I'm going to say this right now. Brandon Flynn is going to have his hands full. Really, really, truly going to have his hands full.
Yeah. He has to finish.
He has to finish second or better, and he's got Kyle Berkshire, Zach Holton, who has hit a bunch of balls in play, and Martin Borgmeyer.
Yeah.
So
that was probably the worst scenario for him.
He's one of the best hitters on the planet.
Right, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
Brandon Flynn is ranked number 2 in the world right now, who is going to hit a lot of balls in play. And for me, I like seeing Brandon Flynn. You know, we'll say he's just like Greg Null. He's on the ropes, and he's going to perform. And I wouldn't be surprised to see if Brandon Flynn ends up taking second or first in this set.
He's a gamer, dude. He's an absolute gamer. Brandon Flynn is an absolute stud. So he shows up when the bell rings. You know, so he's going to give it everything he's got. What a great set here. The other 3 guys are in, right? Kyle,
yep.
Martin, and Zach. They're the top 3, and then Brandon is on the bubble. So Brandon has to finish second at worst.
I think Kyle's hand's good, and this is a game of psychology, and I think Kyle wants to hit one about 500 yards off the mesa
He
right
wants
now.
to go 230.
He wants to win this set. There's no doubt in my mind. Kyle, you can just see it in his face right now that he is locked in, and I think he wants to. I think he wants to put a statement on the board right now.
Brandon is in slot 1, too, which is a huge advantage, in my opinion, for him.
All right, so we got some guys. We got 4 guys in the tee box that could win a world championship. Kyle just smoothing it.
Yelled at it.
Kyle just smoothed that one at about 212.
212.
And like I said, just look at Kyle's demeanor right now. He's just very, very relaxed.
Yeah, he's very stoic.
You know, he's rubbing his hand a little bit. Like I said, surgery 23 days ago, broke the hook of the hamate, had it removed. The good thing was it was a clean break where they didn't have a massive incision on his hand, because Bryson's was a big one. He had like a big incision.
Yep. I think Brandon just yelled at one dude.
Kyle just flicked it out there, 153 feet in the air. Don't know how much room he took up right to left, and not sure if that one's going to stay in play. But Kyle looks very, very relaxed. And like I said, for me, he's on a pitch count, and I don't think he's really hitting any balls on the range. So he's practically going cold turkey, which kind of makes sense on that 212 ball.
Yeah. Brandon, 387. Zach Holton, 390. Borgmeyer leading at 406. I don't know if Kyle's 3rd ball went in or not.
No, I think he pulled it too far left. So Brandon Flynn is on the bubble right now. He needs to improve on 387. Zach Holton is currently in 2nd place at 390. Brandon Flynn has to take 2nd or better in order to advance to the final 16. He likes it.
Yes.
Berkshire, 222, no movement. This one's hugging down the right line, and that, like I said, if that's in slot 1, that one's in. Not sure if that one's going to stay in or not.
Brandon hit that at the right time. The wind started to blow, Bobby. So
we're looking at the flags.
We'll see what it. Yep.
Downwind. There's
there's
down
not
grid.
really that much movement out there. 390, man. It's so crazy.
Yeah. So Kyle's ball, 4th ball went OB.
He likes it. Brandon likes his 4th ball. He's hitting it at the right time. It's just the wind out down grid just isn't. It's just not. It's not moving it that much. Hopefully we'll see what that 5th ball does.
Kyle, 224 ball speed.
Yeah.
And like I said, he's cruising.
Anymore?
I don't know if he needs to hit anymore. Like I said, he's not warming up on the range, and that's why his first ball out of blocks was 212, which like for him is just like a bunt.
That's like waving at it.
So Brandon Flynn,
396, man.
Kyle stepped on the gas there. OB left. So, but you know what? Kyle Berkshire, once again, looking good. Martin Borgmeyer got significantly better. The first couple sets, like I said, too much right to left, tightened it up, dispersion, and then let me look at Borgmeyer.
Look at those last 3 balls from Brandon, 90, 96, and 97. Man, if he hit those balls in the first 3, he probably would know over 4 bills.
Yeah. Well, the final 8 have been set. On this side of the bracket, Kyle Berkshire, Zach Holden, Will Hogue, Martin Borgmeyer, Jeremy Nowak, Scotty Perriman, Ryan Gregnall, and Sean Johnson. Huge win for Sean Johnson.
Yep.
That put Brandon on the ropes there, where Brandon had to take a second or better against, 3 other guys that could win the world championship.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Once again,
Oh,
Brandon had a
man.
heck of a year. One of the best competitors out here.
Yep.
And these guys are really, really good, and you have to be on your game, and that's why every single point matters. And at the end of the day, Kyle Berkshire, 23 days after surgery, is still going to take down the set. He won the set with an OB, so he ended up having 4 wins and an OB, but still, that's a confidence booster for him. He's definitely the freshest guy, minus the hand, as far as the amount of swings that he's put on his body this entire tournament. And you're going to see him in the final 16. He's going to have well over 24 hours to rest up that hand and rehab it.
Yep.
And, I said Kyle Berkshire is going to be the favorite going into tomorrow, based off of what I've seen the last 2 days.
Yeah, we get to guess who we get to see now. JJ and
Bryson.
Bryson.
Absolutely.
Yep. It's going to be fun, and obviously 14 other phenomenal hitters. But it's going to be a show. 3 o'clock. There's going to be a bunch of people out here. There's a lot of people starting to come here now. 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So it's going to be fun.
Yep. Jay-Z checked in. Yes, Martin's hitting a TPT shaft. He is. So if we're going back to YouTube, hey, thanks for checking in. We got about a 32-minute break, 4,000 followers on right now. The featured group next is going to be Justin James and the DeChambino. And both guys matched up against each other yesterday, going 1-2.
Yeah.
And as I said, the 3 most impressive guys so far have been, Kyle, JJ, and Bryson, to be expected. And Martin Borgmeyer is getting stronger and stronger and stronger as this event goes on.
Right.
And we sat in the booth and talked about it. The Martin Borgmeyer we all love is the guy that's laid back and fun,
having fun,
cheering, yelling.
Right. Absolutely.
And he's been practicing a lot. And like I said, for me to watch him tighten that dispersion the last 3 sets
absolutely
makes him one of the favorites. He's one of the favorites regardless,
Anyways.
but it makes it more solidified to feel confident that he's got a chance to win it.
I want to say one thing. Brandon Flynn, what a year, what a hitter. Here's the thing. When you're one of the best in the world, he's ranked 2nd in the world on PLDA standings in the Open Division. What happens is when you're the best in the world, you're going to be in this group, in this very last group, last set, and you've got to, if you struggle a little bit early or don't hit your best balls and you have to win or finish 2nd against Holton, Borgmeyer, and Berkshire, that's a tall task. I mean, it's hard.
Those 4 guys could be the final 4 in the World Championships, and this was a round of 32.
But what I'm saying is, Brandon struggled a little bit early, and then he had to win or finish 2nd in that last set, and that's, you've got to hit it awesome to have a chance to beat Kyle and Martin, because Brandon's not as fast as those guys, but he flights it. But he just came up a little short. But he's an awesome hitter, and he'll be back next year.
Well, as the late great Dick Sanford always said, good night, God bless, drive home safely. We're taking a 30-minute break. The round
that was fun, Bobby.
of 32, group number 2, comes up once again. DeChambino and JJ.
Justin James, the 2 headliners for this afternoon. It should be a fun one.
Eddie, it was an honor.
Awesome, buddy.
I'll see you in 30 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.